So, hello. This is my first video I've ever made for anything, really. I don't like being on camera, but here I am, nonetheless. We're gonna show you, or I'm gonna show you, there is no we, it is I. I'm gonna show you how to put your hair color on, how to mix it, and it's gonna be easy. I promise. You can do this. You got this. Okay, so I'm gonna mix up our color here. I've got, for me and most of you, I'm gonna do a nice big 1/4 cup of developer. It does not need to be exact, you guys. It really is not like baking, it's more like cooking. The measurements don't need to be perfect. And then for your color, you're gonna take 3 nice big heaping tablespoons of color. Sorry, the banging. You really kind of want to, don't mind if it's overflowing because it's fine. Just kind of sploosh that in like so. This is definitely not how it's done at the salon, but it's just going to give you an idea of how this all goes. So I'm doing a full head for this application, so I'm doing all my roots, and hopefully there will be a little bit in there that I can kind of comb through. Any of y'all with highlights, do not comb it through. Try to keep it just on the regrowth itself. I am unfortunately unable to formulate for you guys ahead of time. I cannot expose this color to any sort of oxygen or else it'll start to oxidize. And it will be ineffective by the time you get it put together. So we're doing singular tones for at-home DIY. Mine obviously is not singular toned. All right, so you got that all in the bowl. I highly recommend having a towel on hand, one you obviously do not care about. So then, just kind of mix it around here, and it'll start to be the consistency of conditioner, kind of creamy. What comes out of the tube, the color that comes out of the tube is not important. Mine is a little red because I did put my little red streak in first and using this bowl, so it definitely has some red tones in it, but more than likely yours will be cream. Don't worry if it's not, it'll still be okay. So it's kind of like a thick consistency of like almost like conditioner mask in a way here. It can be a little, can be a little strong. So if you want to have a fan on, that might work. Or if you like to get a little teary-eyed, you can just, closed room. It's up to you. All right, so you can see. It's kind of like this gooey conditioner. So I just want to kind of wipe that off on the sides there. And that is your formula. That's your hair color. Let's get cracking. Okay, so as you can see, I've got my little red piece in, and I'm going to first start out and show you just how to do your hairline. So a lot of you just need to touch up your part and hairline, what shows. You don't need to touch up the whole head every single time. It's a waste of color, especially right now. What shows is usually what's important. If you have regrowth over an inch, I would recommend definitely doing the whole head and then touching up along the way. So at first here, I'm just gonna show you what I do just to touch up my hairline and my part, which is fun. All right, so I don't like to use a lot of hair color on my brush at once. Typically, this is gonna be funny here. Typically, I just do a boop and that's it, okay? If you get any more than that, you start to lose control. You can always boop some more. So we're gonna take this and I'm going to find my part here. And I'm just going to put it on one side like that. Boop again. Pulling your hair down sometimes can help you with control because a lot of times if you leave it like this, you'll come out with strands and it kind of goes everywhere. So holding one side down really helps you control the area in which you're putting the hair color on. Typically when I do just my part, I will take a 1/2 inch. So what you want to do is probably you'll want to go this way. Come this way, all right? And so you're gonna just kind of drag it through. You're gonna lift up that little tail back here, and there's an easy way. You just pinch the top and pull the bottom, okay? It doesn't need to be perfect. Once again, I'll hold that little piece there and just paint what needs to be done. And then the bottom, hold my hand down. Double checking to see if you guys could see what I'm doing because I am looking in a mirror and not in the camera because going backwards in the camera really messes me up. Pick up my little piece, pinch along the top, pull down the bottom, fold over, and just get that other side. Okay. So if you're doing your part and hairline touch-ups, I typically go about 1 inch past my part, just so I make sure nothing shows through. Okay. So that's the bottom side of my part. And then you can just kind of use the tail here. Just kind of pull that around. This really is like just paint by numbers. It doesn't need to be serious. It doesn't need to be perfect. Coming this way with your brush can be a little difficult because you don't want to slap hair color in your eye. I have done that. That is not fun. So now we're on the other side of my part. Okay, I know this little guy's in the way, but I refuse to get rid of my red streak. All right, that's fine. So, along the hairline, you definitely want to have more control, so you want to have less product on your brush. And what I typically do here is I hold everything back and I kind of feather it through the front here. If you're worried about staining, you can use a teeny tiny bit of coconut oil to create a little bit of a barrier. Or if you have all your foundation on, that typically helps. So I'm just gonna go along the edges here. I'm naturally blonde, so finding my actual hairline can be a little tricky. I plaster it on. I don't care about staining because who am I trying to impress? I have someone hostage with me in this house, and it's not like he's gonna go anywhere if I have stains on my face. So I just kind of come along. I kind of just plaster it back a bit. So that's out of your way, okay? I will take another little kind of 1/2 inch strip, pinch, pull with the brush. It's a lot easier when you don't have a big foil on the way. Okay. All right. And then, yeah, there's no way I could do that in the camera. I'll end up just dyeing my eyebrows, which I probably should. Don't dye your eyebrows, please don't. Dear Lord, please don't. Okay. So that's about an inch off of the front of my hairline. You can see. And most people wear their hair back, especially right now, so an inch is it's kind of what you only need. Okay, so we're gonna go on the other side here, and I have already made a huge mess of my face, which is fine, because what do I got to do? I've got boxes and boxes of stuff to unpack. I have to deal with a house, 2 houses. So, I mean, it'll look great. I almost look like the, what is it? Harry Potter, yeah. That's my mark. Okay. So now that I'm done being a little ridiculous, just kind of keep going along the hairline here. Make sure you get those little guys. And just kind of plaster it back a bit. If you don't have highlights, smushing it in and just pushing it back will deposit it in the area you need. That handy towel that you decided to get because you're smart. Just a little wipe off before it starts to actually activate. See? No big deal. Alright. So, if you think your hairline looks good, the back, typically, for me, what I like to do, now if you have a double mirror, triple mirror, whatever type of mirror, more mirrors than I have obviously right now, it's easy to kind of look in the back, or you can do as I do, and just kind of do it by feel. Yeah, just kind of rub it in there. A lot of the back of my hair when I do my own color is done by feel. So I'm going up, so you can see here. Hopefully this will work. I can kind of, I know where my hairline is, I know how it feels, so I can just kind of get in there. Like I said, this is not a big deal. You can do this. Hairdressing is not a science. Hairdressing is not something that you need a degree for. And you'll look fabulous once it's done, and you'll feel accomplished. How cool is that? All right, cool.